What's up, YouTube? How's everybody out there doing today? So a lot of people have asked about this Nova, but it's really not a Nova. It's actually a 1974 Pontiac Ventura that's been a project car for a while now, and I figured I'd make a little video showing what we're doing to it. And I've explained in other videos in the past that, you know, people have asked questions, hey, what's going on with the Nova? But it's really not a Nova, it's a Ventura. You don't see a lot of Pontiac Venturas sitting around, but basically what this job here is, it's a LS1 swap with a 6-speed transmission and one of my custom cams. So we're in the process of doing all that stuff right now. We're gonna do a little video of putting the cam in, putting the motor in the car, and basically getting it ready to roll on. Now, we're not doing the full job just yet. Basically what we're doing with the car at this point is we're dropping the motor, the trans, the cost member, the headers, we're dropping all that into the car. The customer's taking the car to his garage. He's gonna finish putting all the body panels on, get everything ready, and then he'll probably, I think he's gonna be doing the wiring as well on the car. As you can tell, the car's completely gutted. There's literally nothing inside of here. All dynamated on the flooring. The whole car's been dynamated and everything. Nothing in the dash. The dash is all gone. Door panels are just the old door panels that were in it. And the car is currently in a primer type of state. One of the reasons why the car is like half apart is because it was just going to make my job a little bit easier with not having to reach over radiators and reach over you know, fenders and stuff of that nature. So you can imagine how nice of a job this is going to be to stick this all together. So basically what we have sitting right here is a LS1 engine out of a Corvette, and then it's also getting a T56 transmission with an LS7 clutch setup and a custom cam from Lunati. It's getting a set of MR Muscle Headman Hustler headers from BRP Hot Rods. I'll put a link in the description for you guys so you can go check them guys out. They do a lot of headers and swap kits for older, you know, A bodies and G bodies, and even older 3rd gen, 2nd gen, 1st gen F bodies. So if you're looking to do an LS1 swap into you know, an older vehicle that used to have a 350 or, you know, a BOP motor or something of that nature, go check them guys out. They'll probably have everything you're looking for in order to make that swap happen. So let's get started, guys. Motor, we got the 6-speed transmission on the back of the engine. We got the engine finally in the car. So now we got to take this chain off of here, and we can at least get the intake kind of bolted on. But we need some bolts here, so we do need some bolts and seals for these guys right here. So basically, once we take this chain off of here, this is our coolant passage tubes right here. Basically, this will go to the radiator, and coolant, like vent coolant from back here and so on and so forth, will vent through here and then purge out of here into the radiator. It keeps the cylinders cooler. A little tidbit of information: a lot of guys, when they do like the LS6 intake manifold swap on these motors, they will eliminate this back piece and just do a crossover in the front. Personally, I do not recommend that whatsoever. Don't do that, because you'll have issues with number 7 and number 8 cylinders getting way too hot. usually when we replace the LS6 intakes on these things, and there is a video actually of me doing an LS6 intake swap, and I'll link that right here. We actually will hammer these down a little bit and flatten them out so the LS6s or the fast can fit on these LS engines safely, and you still have coolant passages back here that are working as well. It is the end of the day, so we are going to wrap this thing up and not really deal with it anymore today. We have some transmission brackets we need to install. We also have a transmission cross member that needs to go in. We need to put the rack and pinion back up. The headers need to go on, which I will tell you right now. Oh yeah, M&R racing headers. These are really, really nice headers. These are swap headers right here, and these are meant for this vehicle, this 1974 Ventura Pontiac, and an LS swapped engine. So these headers are going to look really, really, really nice inside of here. I'm kind of excited to put them in, but like I said, end of the day today, guys, so not going to happen. All right, guys, you've seen that we got the motor in and stuff. We're waiting on some intake gaskets that we got to put on for the intake, so we're waiting for them to show up. But let's unpack these headers and see what these guys look like. Get my trusty razor blade here. These are nice looking. These on the boxes here. All right, guys, here's the driver's side header. Passenger side still in the box down there, but it is a really nice header. Look at this collector. This huge collector they got going on here is pretty cool. Well, let's get these things in. All wrapped up and done, ready for the customer to pick her up. We got the motor in, as you guys can see, the 6-speed transmissions in. We have the headers, very, very nice headers, very good clearance. Unfortunately, with this particular customer, which he's gonna have to deal with when he gets the car back, the rack and pinion down here that he put in, this aftermarket rack and pinion, does not look like it's gonna clear the MR headers here. So that's something he's gonna have to address or switch around or something. We weren't really knowing what was gonna happen with these headers, and he already had the steering put in this vehicle upon the delivery of it, so we pretty much just did what we had to do to get it all together. Very nice mount setup from the same company. As you guys can see, MR muscle rods. They make the Hedman Hustler headers. Very, very nice headers on this setup. Extremely, as you guys can see, extremely long collectors. So this thing is probably going to make some really, really decent torque numbers on a dyno when it's finally all put together. He's going to go ahead and put the fenders on, the hood and the radiator and the front bumper, and pretty much finish out the car. As you can see, we'll open the door here. The car is not together at all. There's his harness and his aftermarket cross member that he has to install. No dash, no nothing, just dyno matted inside and a back seat. This is how the car was delivered to us when he brought it here for us to do the job. So we ended up sourcing a motor for him and sourcing a transmission for him and any other little doodads that he needed. But we ended up putting it all together for him here, and he should be here within the next few days to pick her up, get her out of the shop, which then is going to leave more room for more vehicles that we need to work on. As you see, we do have a lot going on, you know, with the C7's all torn apart for the twin turbo setup, which which I know you guys have been wondering about like crazy. So that's all torn down. We have a ZL1 in the back that's all torn down, that's getting a whole bunch of work done to it as well, and we're trying to wrap that up. Plus we have a few other ZL1s and 5th gen Camaros and C7s that are being dropped off and showing up here and so on and so forth that we need to take care of as well. So just a little short video explaining the Ventura. It is a Ventura, not a Nova. Everybody kept wondering if it was a Chevy Nova, and it's not a Chevy Nova. This is actually a 1974 Pontiac Ventura, like I said in the beginning of the video. But like usual, guys, if you enjoyed the little short video of us doing the job on this thing, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Instagram, Diablo Formula Racing. Facebook, Diablo Formula Racing. Deuces.